That's right, I posted this video exactly 1 year ago. Or, hopefully, I mean, who knows how long this will take to edit. And you guys seem to like it. I also promised in that video that I could talk about trees for hours, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. That's right, it's time for Tree Tutorial Part 2. Whoa, hold up, okay. I feel like I wouldn't be doing this video right if I didn't mention the huge leaps that LEGO's been making in trees recently.
I'm Nico, I'm a designer working at LEGO, and I'm here today to talk to you about the bonsai tree from the LEGO Botanical Collection.
The LEGO Ideas Treehouse.
And then the tree itself actually is a pretty good look.
This is just good LEGO.
That's right, Chang. This is good LEGO. We've seen huge leaps in new leaf colors, like I remember the time when there was literally just 2. We've seen NPU in the trees, and we've even seen LEGO use trees as supports, like what? So it's clear that LEGO's like setting the bar really high, which means I guess it's time we need to raise it. Man, I can't believe we've come this far in the video and I haven't given you guys a how everybody do. For this first one, let's just jump straight in. This is what the friends in the biz like to call the Dino tree. That's basically because it's made up of this one noodle-like piece that was used originally as dino tails. My design here is pretty simple, but I've seen this idea used to great lengths to create really cool looking trees. Definitely go check out the description for the links to these builds and some others that will blow your socks off. Flex tube and cylinders really work with these dino tails, and so mixing these together in creative ways can get you a really sick looking tree. You've probably also noticed the leaves that I have up here. This is a very parts intensive way to get the most natural looking leaves I've ever seen. It basically uses these 3 different parts, you fit them all together, and when they're super close to each other they start to bend the bigger leaf. This gives a super natural look and makes the branch look really realistic. This is probably one of my favorite trees on the list, so I hope you guys can learn from some of the tech it demonstrates. I also just can't get over this fuzzy little guy, like, oh, he's so cute. For number 2, we got this funny little guy. This tree uses feathers, yeah, feathers as its leaves. Recently, LEGO came out with them in this bright light orange color. They also come in green, they're just a little harder to find now. But I'd recommend you buy a few in bulk because they make some really sick trees. This one's a pretty simple design, you just get a lot of brown stems and fit on some flowers to connect in the feathers. Kinda gets rough around the top, that's why I use these rubber bands and this ice cream cone. There's a lot of other ways you could do this, so I recommend you make your own design, but this gets a good idea across. There's not much left to say about this tree. I just know that it will make a great addition to any MOC you put it in. In my last video I had a lot of people explaining how nobody in their right mind has a collection like this and how am I supposed to build these designs if I don't have the parts. So I decided to find a design that would bend to the needs of a lot of up and coming builders. I recently picked up a book by Steven Erickson. He's a great builder, but you'd probably recognize him from LEGO Masters. In this book, he explains a lot of his builds that he's done over the years, and I found his style really intriguing. I've heard people say it looks a little bit like Minecraft, but to me, I think it's just because he started building a lot earlier than a lot of us, and the style back then was very simple like this. It might be an acquired taste, but I think it looks really sick. I totally recommend you guys go pick up this book. You should find a link in the description. It provides a lot of inspiration, gives insight into a great builder's mind, ranges topics from castle building all the way to space, so it has anything for anybody. I bring this up though because one of his tree designs was what directly inspired this one. The trunk is very, very simple. I just used a few plates and bricks to build it up, using some colors to add some more variation. Oh, and I clipped on some few mushrooms for the extra detail. Leaf angling is one of the things that I think I failed to demonstrate the most in my last tree video, and it's very important for getting good looking trees, so I love the way that Steven did it. He built out some of these grass stem pieces and literally just fit the leaves on. They're not connected at all, but when you put them all together, it makes the branch come alive with how bent and curved the leaf shape is. Like I said before, this tree is definitely an acquired taste, and it won't fit in every build, but for the ones it does, I think it will look sick. I don't know about you guys, but I'm already starting to get really hyped for Christmas. But I gotta confess, the pine tree craze for me is all year round. I may have gone into a little bit of a frenzy when I realized that LEGO released Wolverine claws in green. Don't tell anybody, but I spent over 18 hours straight on the tree on the right here. So yeah, it's not that healthy, but the tree I'm explaining today should be a lot simpler. You guys seem to really like it in my last tree video when I explained one of the trees step by step. And shout out to everybody that built it for themselves. So I plan to do that with this one. The next 2-ish minutes of this video is just me explaining how to build this tree in depth. If you're not interested in that, then skip to this time in the video. A big thing you gotta know to start is you're gonna need at least 150 Wolverine claws, and probably a little over 200 if you want to actually complete the whole tree. I just built half of it because, you know, that's how I do things, but it's smart to get a lot of claws if you want to build trees like this. Of course, you can go smaller with it, but you know, I'm going to show you this size because it's what I have built up. We're going to start by stacking these log bricks up. Then place the spiderweb piece on it with clips. And on each one of those clips, we're going to place these leaf assemblies. These are made out of 3x4 leaves and rounded 1x2s. Now add more log pieces, another spider web, and some more clips. You know how it be. Next we're adding more leaves. Finally, one more log piece and 2 studs on top. For the second half, we're going to start with this. It's a Travis brick surrounded in clips and hinges. On each one of those hinges, place a 1x2 green plate. And on each of those plates, place these 1x2 rounded plates with claws in them. After that, grab another Travis brick with the hinges and fold it down. On this, we'll place some of our handy leaf assemblies and some green studs. From there, place some more of these leaf assemblies on the studs. With this locked and loaded, we should be able to finish it off pretty quickly. We're going to place on top a stud and 2 cylinders, and then a Travis brick surrounded in 4 studs. We're going to cover those studs up with, you know, the thing, and then place 2 studs and Travis brick on top of that. Surround it with these rounded 1x2 plates, and then place on top yet another Travis brick. Poke 4 claws into those holes, and finally place on this top cone. Join the segments together, and you are done. These trees still have plenty of room for improvement, so I'm just here to start the ball rolling. There's lots of potential here, and I know that some builders a lot better than myself will create something magical with these. Also, quick tip, if you want a snowy build, like snowy pines, LEGO's got some glow-in-the-dark claws. They're not exactly light, but it pulls off the effect pretty well. Just remember to turn on the lights. There's this one bricklink seller in Denmark that has 10,000 of them. You must have raided like a warehouse or something, because like, who has 10,000 claws? Especially because they came from one set. So if you're looking to buy these in bulk, you know, this guy's got you covered. I had a lot of people from my last video angry about how I explained how to build the monkey tree. I don't really know what they're talking about. I feel like I explained it really well, but I can explain the same type of thing again. This isn't necessarily a monkey tree, but it uses a lot of the same ideas, and I discovered a way that was pretty easy to build. I'm not super proud with how this thing turned out, especially the leaves. I ran out of the medium measure small ones, and so the mixing of colors and the small cap is but I still really like the technique, so I thought I'd throw it together and get the ideas across. As I start to pull it apart, it might become more clear how it's built. These new LEGO vines work really well to hold these bars in, and placing them at the base of these flex tubes makes it really sturdy. I like to stick in a variety of different brown pieces to get cool shapes. And it's always good to add more flex tube to get more bulk. With a lot more fiddling, you should get something that looks really cool. I love these types of trees, and I'm still learning myself, but I hope this method can help you guys out in your own builds. Oh boy, I think we're starting to wrap up. I have to admit, this was a little stressful to try to get this video out in time, but I hope you liked another upload. I also hope some of these tree designs were helpful for you guys. I know the stuff I'm explaining is nothing too groundbreaking, but if you're looking for more tree goodness, one of my best friends in the community has some really great Flickr galleries. They'll be in the description. I'm also going to put a link to Bricks and Pieces where you can order some of the parts needed to build some of these trees, because I know most of you guys don't have 200 plus claws. One final thing, don't forget to check out that book by Steven. I promise you won't regret it. With my final words out of the way, I hope you guys have a really great day. Go build some good trees for me.